Hi everybody, welcome to your midweek energy check-in. And talking of checking in, yeah, I have to check the mic. It's every tarot card or YouTube channelers, I would say, creators disaster when your mic's not on. Okay, let's stop waffling. So, as you're probably aware by now, this is a midweek energy check-in. This will be time-stamped in the description box below. You'll just simply see some blue numbers next to your zodiac sign. Just pop your finger on that. And right at the end, I'm going to do some tea leaf fortune cards for all elements. So be sure to check on that too. Right, let's crack on. So first of all, we're using the Unfolding Path Tarot. And obviously starting with Aries. So Aries, let's timestamp you, R0053. Welcome Aries to your midweek energy check-in. We're doing a 4-card spread. It will be the past, present and future energies, and then a card to indicate what they would like you to embrace more of. So let's crack on. Just to pre-warn you, we have Bella in the room. So she might be a bit moany groany. She seems to groan every time I talk. So let's get on. There we go. Okay. Two of Swords is your past. Your present is the King of Pentacles. Coming up, Nine of Pentacles. Very nice. And then what they would like you to embrace more of is the Nine of Swords. Okay. So Two of Swords, Aries. Just recently, this indicates that perhaps you have come to a Y in the road, if you like, a fork in the road, and you've made a decision. And by the looks of your next cards, it was the right one. This could be anything between jobs, relationships, whatever it is. But you can see she had a blindfold there on her eyes, and this is indicating to me that you didn't listen to anybody else's opinions. You went with your instincts, and you obviously chose the right direction to go in, because you're sitting now as the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles is he's a king, so he's the top of his game. He's the top of the skill in his suit. Pentacles are finances. So this can indicate that you're sitting very financially astute. You are perhaps quite comfortable in what you're doing. You really know your stuff at the moment. And you're sticking to what you do know rather than taking any risks. That's not a bad idea. But maybe I think that being an Aries, you might get a bit bored of that. And I'm sure you had this last week. Now I've just said that. This just clicked in my head that I think you did. The King of Pentacles is very established and very comfortable in what he knows. Coming up, though, you're moving into the Nine of Pentacles. So that King of Pentacles is actually serving you very well. The Nine of Pentacles in the future energy is you feeling very financially independent and able to actually enjoy yourself. To think, my gosh, you know what? I haven't done all this hard work for nothing. If I want that handbag for Christmas, I'm going to jolly well do it. I'm going to go and treat myself, because that's what the Nine of Pentacles indicates. It's also, I feel as well, you're being very humble here. This card always makes me feel very humble. This is a lovely energy of knowing that you're really good, that you deserve what you get, but at the same time, you're not showing off about it. Because what tells me that on this card is that peacock has its tail closed. It's not parading around like Billy Big Balls, is it? So I like that. What they'd like you to embrace more of is the Nine of Swords. Now, obviously, this is, you know, you can see she's in absolute turmoil. Of course, they don't want you to embrace more of that. What they'd like you to embrace more of is actually facing what is making you overthink, what is going round and round in your head like a washing machine. So I hope you enjoyed that, Aries. That's your midweek energy check-in. Love that. Okay, as I told you, they're pretty quick. That was 4 minutes. That wasn't too bad. 3.5 minutes. Right. Okay. Moving swiftly on to the lovely Taurus. Right. Couple more shuffles, and we are time starting Taurus at 04:25. So welcome, Taurus, to your midweek energy check-in. This is a 4-card spread. It will be your past, your present, and your future energy. Time stamped in the description box below, and along with a card indicating what they would like you to embrace more of. Oh no, have I just put them upside down? No. Apologies for that, Taurus. Right, let's get on with your reading. A couple more shuffles. And what are the energies that Taurus are Past, present and future. Your past energy, 8 of Wands. Your present energy is the 4 of Cups. Taurus, what's going on? You're stepping into, oh, that's understandable, temperance, okay. What they would like you to embrace more of, though, is the Queen of Pentacles. And I like this because you are the Queen of Pentacles in the deck. It's very Taurus energy. Be a little bit more yourself, I read that as. Right, 8 of Wands is what you're now coming out of. This is lovely. This is really good news. Wands indicate your drive, your determination. And you can see, look, he's so focused on the future. And he's like, right, okay, you know, there's some communication that's gone on. Things just seem to have fallen into alignment for you. Been a very busy time, appointments, you know, it's like this always reminds me of like Tasmanian devil coming in, but he's surfing to her Y50 kind of energy. Really lovely, bubbly, busy energy. You're sitting as the 4 of Cups though, so I don't know if something disappointed you in that 8 of Wands energy. Something that perhaps, I don't know if somebody's over-egged something and made you think, oh my gosh, yeah, this is going to be absolutely amazing. But you're like, oh, hang on a minute. It just feels a bit deflating. Now, this is Cups, so it can be relationships, friendships. Somebody might have let you down. You're a bit like, oh, really? Crikey, I would never have thought that. But hey ho, you know. But be careful of this energy. Do not tar everybody with the same brush. Don't sit there and think, well, that's it, I'm done now. You know, everybody who's, you know, come into my life, or I don't know, whatever this might relate to, job, whatever, oh, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, I'm not doing that again. Be careful of that energy. Yeah, this is a very closed off energy, not really wanting to open up. This is my sitting like a pretzel energy. Coming up though, this is really interesting. You've got Temperance. Now the card of Temperance is about being patient, but it's also about trying to juggle two energies, two situations to try and find a harmonious one. Is there something that you can come to a compromise on, is what I would say with this card. You know, this is about, you know, trying, I don't know how long, and how long do you give it? Maybe you're coming into the energy of, right, you know what, this has to change. This is nothing, there's no growth here. There's no, it's like you've come from the 8 of Wands, like this, and then you just dipped like a roller coaster. And now it's like, yeah, I don't like all this juggling energies. You're coming into, I've been patient long enough. Is there something that I need to address that's really out of balance that perhaps you can compromise on, or you need to do something about? Now, the Queen of Pentacles is what they want you to embrace more of. And the Queen of Pentacles really knows her self-worth. She's very, what's the word? Grounded. Yeah, she doesn't get all like airy-fairy about many things, because she knows what works, and she sticks to it. That's why there's a rabbit there. She's good at doing the same thing over and over again. She's also very generous with her money, and very generous with her time and energy, because she knows it's going to come back to her. She's very Empress energy, the Queen of Pentacles. So it's almost like saying, get back to being you, Taurus, that grounded, reliable, but also knowing your self-worth person. So, hope that resonates for you. Be sure to stick out to the end, or have a look at our last reading, because that's where I'm going to pull some tea leaf fortune cards for each element, not each sign, each element. Okay, right, let's move swiftly on to Gemini. Gemini. Hey, we are at 0847 for the beautiful Gemini. Okay. So welcome, Gemini, to your midweek energy check-in reading. Oh my gosh, I love doing these. It's a 4-card spread. It's your past, your present, your future energy, and what they would like you to embrace more of. Now, be sure to check out the very last timestamp. The timestamps are the blue numbers in the description box below, because I am going to be pulling some tea leaf fortune cards for each element also. Right, let's go. Oh my goodness, they are like, yeah, crack on. Okay, a couple more shuffles though. Okay, 10 of Pentacles is your past energy, your present energy. 9 of Wands. Wow. The Death card is your energy that they would like you to, that you'll be stepping into, sorry. And the 7 of Pentacles is what they'd like you to embrace more of. Honestly, Gemini, I don't know how much more they can expect of you, because your cards just lately have just been incredible, and they just get better and better. Because look, the Ten of Pentacles is what they're saying. You've just coming out of the Ten of Pentacles energy. This is feeling very established, very stable, financially very stable. You know, also, you know, you might have found you've had a bit of a, you know, a fluctuation in finances. This is lovely. This is being connected to family, just feeling very settled. It's also about legacy, long-term plans. It's lovely. I really love that. It's a very secure, fuzzy energy. I love it. At the moment, you're in the Nine of Wands, and I love this too because it's almost like you've sat in that energy, you've contemplated, you've thought, right, okay, now I know a direction I'm going in, and here you are, putting your rockets of desire, if you like, out to the universe there, quoting Abraham Hicks there, because you know here, right, okay, let's get this show on the road. Let's start working towards my goals, and that's what your zodiac sign this reading was all about. I'm sure it was this week, your zodiac sign reading. This person here, you can see he's setting fire to all of his desires here, and he's making sure they work. Now, it can be a card of also, this is taking forever and I'm tempted to give up, but don't, because it's a 9 and you're nearly there. Yeah, what comes after a 9? 10. 10 is completion. We go back to 1 in numerology. What's coming up for you after this 9 of Wands is the Death card. So this is automatically ending a cycle of something. But the Death card is also about something that they want you to look at and say, right, okay, no more. I'm not doing that anymore. This isn't happening anymore. I need to close one door to open another. Interestingly, the Seven of Pentacles is what they want you to embrace more of. And this is reassessing what you're putting your money, your time, and your energy into at the moment. And do you need to start planting more seeds elsewhere? Because you can see in her hand she has a little a seedling and she's watering it, and although she's done all these pentacles at the back here and been very successful with these, by the way, there's lovely growth there. There's sunflowers, they've turned into sunflowers. She's like, well, you know what, now I know what I'm really good at, maybe I can do it again. Do I continue though in this bush, sunflower bush, my pentacle build up, or do I go and do something else but still keep that there in the background? So I love that. It's like you are really looking ahead to something, and that's what they want you to embrace more of. So this one door closes, another door opens, makes perfect sense, goes in line with the Seven of Pentacles. So I hope you enjoyed that, Gemini. As I say, don't forget to check out the last timestamp will be for the tea leaf fortune cards. Right, moving swiftly on to Cancer. So Cancer, time stamping you at, one more, thank you. We are time stamping Cancer at 12:55. So welcome Cancer to your week ahead. No, it's not your week ahead, it's your midweek energy check-in. Okay, this is a 4-card spread. It's your past, your present, and your future energies and what they would like you to embrace more of. Now, what's a little bit different this week, I keep forgetting to point out to everybody, is the very last timestamp in the description box below will be some fortune cards for you, tea leaf fortune cards for you also. Now, I'm going to be quiet now because we've got your first card out. Your energy in the past is the Knight of Wands, Cancer. You're sitting as the 10 of Wands. Your future energy, wow, is the Page of Wands. What they'd like you to embrace more of is the 4 of Wands. Goodness gracious me, all wands. So wands indicate excitement, hard work, but exciting hard work. It's you feeling really driven to do something, to achieve something. Yeah, I love it. Hard work, but it's successful. Now, the Knight of Wands is what you're just coming out of. And the Knight of Wands, you can see, she's like, yeah, bring it on. I've got the baton in my hand. I'm going to run with this. So this could be an idea that you've got, a new job, or you're pursuing something that is really driving you. And I love that. Now, the 10 of Wands is what you're sitting in at the moment. And it's quite understandable given this energy. This is hard work. She's like, oh, crikey, I'm nearly there. She's at a 10. She knows she's right at the, she can see the top of those stairs. She's just got to get there. I feel like whatever this Knight of Wands has brought to you, it has been really hard work, but really enjoyable, and it's your goal too. And I think that's what's important about this. What I will say about this card also, though, is that it's not a bad thing to ask for help if you need to. Don't Don't be too proud to ask somebody to just give you a hand, you know, even if it's the smallest of things, because she's put all those wands in her bag and she's trying desperately to drag them up the stairs. There must be an easier way. But it is a 10, and what does 10 equal? It equals the end of a cycle. It equals you've reached that goal. What happens then? It goes back to a 1 in numerology. So it's a lovely energy. And we go into the Page of Wands, and it's like you've got this great cycle going on, you know. Maybe you've got some help here, because the Page of Wands is about being ambitious again and thinking, right, what can I look at next? What's next on my list? I love this. It's like you've got big lists to do and you're ticking things off in this coming week, this energy check-in week. I love it. The Four of Wands is what they want you to embrace more of. Now, the Four of Wands is enjoying your home life. Yeah. It's being stable. It's enjoying the people within your home. So don't try not. I mean, if this is work, maybe it's taking you away from the home life a little bit. You know, what they want you to embrace more of is just, you know, having still that stability of home life too, and celebrating people within the home life. I don't know if there's some parties that you're saying no to, or some celebrations and getting together with family and friends. You need to start doing more of that, just as a balance, I think, really, because that's a very, very busy energy for you, Cancer. But I said very exciting. So I love that. Let me know how that resonates. And we're going to move on to Leo. Right, the lovely, lovely Leo. Leo. I don't know where all my Leos are this week. The all zodiac sign reading really was super low for you guys. I don't know what you're doing. Are you busy? Are you be like, I'll watch that later. Right, Leo, let's have a look. Time stamping Leo at 16:55. So welcome, Leo, to your midweek energy check-in reading. I was just saying, actually, I just realised as I was saying it, you're not going to listen to it until you click on your timestamp. But your zodiac sign reading this week for Leo is super low for the views. And I was like, oh, where's all my Leos gone? Are you all busy? Are you busy bees? Let's have a look, shall we? Do your energy check-in. Right, okay. Leo, the lovely, luscious Leo. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords is your past energy. Your present is the Ace of Swords. Wow. Gorgeous. The Devil energy is the energy coming up for you. Careful of that. And then the Queen of Pentacles is what they want you to embrace more of. The Queen of Pentacles must be the most pulled card for Leo, because in your zodiac readings, you mostly get the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, well, for me anyway. Ten of Swords is what you're coming out of. This is lovely because you're coming out of this energy. The Ten of Swords, you can see, they're like, oh my gosh, stick a pin in me, I'm done. You know, this is holding on to really stressful times. You know, we are in Mercury retrograde, by the way, as well. Just remind people of that. And things are like this also with the energy. So it's feeling tired. It's feeling mentally exhausted. The sword, so it is the mental suit. But it's a 10. And it means that it's actually coming to an end for you now. And look, you're sat as the Ace of Swords. So whatever's gone on here, you have kind of come to a conclusion, and a good one, because the Ace of Swords is clarity of mind. It's like, and breathe, Leo, and breathe, because now you have laser-like focus on one thing that you want to do. You found the truth of the matter, maybe also, because it represents truth and logic. And it's like, yeah, okay, there's lovely, fresh new mindset here for you too, Leo. And that's how you're sitting at the moment. It's like you've made your mind up over something. You are stepping into the Devil energy, so just be aware of that. Maybe what's coming up, are you invited to those parties? You know, are you overdoing things a little bit? Be careful of the people that you're surrounding yourself with as well, because the Devil energy can represent toxic people, toxic situations. So it's a little bit of a pre-warning for you. It can also represent, you know, maybe you need to take a good look at yourself. We all need to do this shadow work every now and then. I call it mirror work, you know. Shadow sounds so dark, doesn't it? We don't like dark. Look in the mirror. Tell yourself, what are you really good at? What are you not so good at? Is that your belief, or is it somebody else's? Maybe that's what you need to be stepping into, because you've got the Queen of Pentacles, and that's what they want you to embrace more of. The Queen of Pentacles, she's a queen, she's nurturing, she's Pentacles, she's money, financial. She's very good at being extremely resourceful with her money. She's very grateful for what she has, and she makes sure that everything that she has, she's full of gratitude. She's also very generous with her time and energy and her money too. But be careful with that devil energy too. Maybe there's somebody coming up that might take advantage of this energy. That is for sure, your time and energy especially. Not necessarily your money, but it could be, you know, you could be lending some money to somebody. They want you to know, embrace more of your self-worth in this. This is where I think this is going. So I hope you enjoyed that, Leo. Don't forget, as I said, did I tell you? I don't know if I did. There is going to be, the final timestamp will be some fortune tea leaf cards that I will be pulling for all 4 elements. So also check that one out too. Right, okay. Let's move on to Virgo. Virgo. And we are timestamping Virgo at 21:05. So welcome, Virgo, to your midweek energy check-in. Just as a quick note, don't forget that as well as your blue timestamp next to your zodiac sign, at the end of the reading, there is going to be a final timestamp for tea leaf fortune cards that I'm going to be pulling for all 4 elements. So don't forget to check that out too, if you wouldn't mind. Right, Virgo. This is usual 4-card spread. It's your past, your present, your future energies, and what they would like you to embrace more of. So you're coming out of past energy is the Page of Cups. I have to tell everybody when I see this card, this absolutely fills my heart with love. This is my dad. He was such a Page of Cups. Looks very similar to him, but I just think of my dad when I see this, and it nails that energy. Ace of Wands is you at the moment. Love that. It's like you're following your dreams, Virgo. Got the Fool that you're stepping into. What they'd like you to embrace more of. Oh my giddy aunt. Ace of Pentacles, Virgo. Have you won the lottery or something? I mean, are you definitely feeling like you have here? I love it. Absolutely love it. Page of Cups is what you're stepping, your recent past energy. The Page of Cups is the Dare to Dream card. You know, this guy here, he's like, well, I can have hopes and aspirations. I don't care how old I am. My heart is still young. This is having that lovely, dreamy, very Piscean, very like, you know what, let's just go for it. Let's go with the flow and see where it takes us. Oh my God, I love that, Virgo. Ace of Wands is how you're sitting at the moment. And what that has done is given you this new sense of determination. Ace of Wands are our, you know, our creativity, our drive, that fire in your belly. And it's an ace. It's like, wow, something that is, it's like a ta-da moment going on here. You know, you've got the goldfish swimming around there too. Indicates wealth. You've got the Ace of Wands, something new coming in. You're sitting feeling very inspired and like, let's get this show on the road. And then you're stepping into the Fool energy. The Fool energy is the energy of, well, let's just see where this goes. Let's just take a leap of faith. Let's have a look. Let's wipe the slate clean and start something new and afresh, and with a lovely childlike outlook on it. You know, get rid of all the baggage. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. What they'd like you to embrace more of, Virgo, if you can possibly squeeze it in between all these other amazing cards, is the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Ace of Pentacles is about, you know, new financial situation too. You know what? Whatever you're doing here, do you need to be asking for more money? Do you need to be, you know, really concentrating on reviewing what your time and energy and the money that you have to have a new outlook on your finances too? This is like, embrace those new beginnings, embrace those offers that may be coming in financially too for you. Oh my gosh. That's incredible, Virgo. Wow. Okay, right. Now I've got to calm down because that was just lovely. Okay, Libra. We are stepping into Libra now. Who can follow that? Let's see who follows Virgo. Not that it's a competition. Comparison is a thief of joy. You know what? What's meant for you will never pass you by. Okay, right. Libra, Libra, Libra. And we are time stamping Libra at 25:05. So, Libra, welcome to your midweek energy check-in reading. Just quickly, before I start your 4-card spread, which is your past, your present, your future, and what they'd like you to embrace more of, just want to mention that don't forget in the timestamp below, there will be the final timestamp will be a tea leaf fortune card, pulling some cards for each element. So that will also be relevant for you. Don't forget to check that out if you wish. Right, Libra, let's get on. Okay, there we go. 6 of Wands is your past energy. Your present energy is the Queen of Swords. The Hierophant is your energy for the future, your future energy, and then Temperance is what they'd like you to embrace more of. Okay, 6 of Wands. Wow, there's something that you've done that you've been really determined to achieve and be victorious in it, despite all of everything being against you. You've come through as a winner, winner, chicken dinner. In fact, whose reading was that this week? I have got that written down. I'll use that. That was Capricorn. Maybe you've got some Capricorn in your sign too. So yeah, look at this. This is you moving out of this energy. You're like, yes, I've done it. I've achieved it. You know, this is also about being in the public eye. Other people are like, gee, Libra, what are you doing? That's amazing. I love it. It could be something as well that finally you've passed some exams that you've been like, you know, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to do this. Or people around you have also been maybe a bit negative, Nelly. And you've just proven them like up yours. You know, I can do it. Queen of Swords is what you're sitting in at the moment. There's a bit about something about some straightforward talking here, Libra. Somebody needs to hear something. Maybe, you know, you've got to face something full on now. Talk to somebody about exactly how you feel. The Queen of Swords does not mince her words. She's not malicious in her words, unless you get her on a bad day. But she's very firm, fair, assertive. There's something about you sitting at the moment, and I feel like you're getting your cards on the table about something. What's coming up for you? The Hierophant. Hierophant's a very spiritual card. It's about guru energy. It could be that you're stepping into the energy of needing some advice about a marriage, a commitment that you've been in for a long time, perhaps, because that's what the Hierophant also represents, long-term commitments. But it's also very guru energy. It's very spiritual. For some of you, it could be stepping into the energy of, you know what, I need to like look at my life really a little bit in a more spiritual manner and just live it a little bit more, you know, true to myself. Very deep. I feel that's really deep for you, Libra. What they would like you to embrace more of is the Temperance card. Now, the Temperance card is about balance and it's about patience. And have you been trying to make something work? You know, you've been like, oh my gosh, you know, here we go again. I'm sure it'll work out in the end, though. Maybe it's time to look at what isn't balancing, and is there a compromise to be had, or is it time to do something about it? Interesting. So Libra, I hope that's relevant for you. And we are moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio. Quick shuffle for Scorpio. I think we're still in Scorpio birthday season, aren't we? Okay. So timestamp Scorpio at 29:12. So welcome Scorpio to your midweek energy check-in. This is the past, present and future energy cards for you, and a card to for the universe to tell you what you need to embrace more of, or advise what you'd like to embrace more of, I should say. Just before I start the reading, there is also as well as your timestamp for your zodiac sign, right at the very end, there will be a timestamp for some tea leaf fortune cards that I'm going to be pulling for everybody. So be sure to check that out too. Right, okay, 2 of Swords is your energy you're moving out of, Scorpio. 3 of Cups is how you are at the moment. Very nice. Five of Swords is what's coming up. You have been through quite a lot lately, Scorpio, I have to say, judging by your readings. It's like this for you. But we are in a Mercury retrograde also, and I will just pre-warn everybody that, you know what, that the energy is like that at the moment, so don't feel too bad about it. And the Four of Swords, what they want you to embrace more of. Exactly, look at that. Couldn't make that up. Happy birthday, by the way, Scorpio. Right, and be sure to check out your birthday reading too. It's in the birthday playlist. Right, Two of Swords is what you're just coming out of. This is about you having to make a decision. It's like you came to a fork, a Y in your life or in a road, in your job, whatever it is, relationship, and you've chosen to go one way or the other. Whatever that decision was, you made with your intuition as opposed to your head or your heart, I should say. So decision time was made. That's what I'd like to say to that. You've moved into the Three of Cups. Whatever your decision was, you're chilling now, and I like this. I feel like you've been through quite a lot, Scorpio. I've said that, haven't I? But the Three of Cups is like, you know, at the moment, just surround yourself with your tribe, with people that love and support you, that get you, go out, have fun, network, message people. You know, even as much as, I don't know, I'm terrible for it. I'll go months and months without messaging my bestie. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I need to get back into that habit. And I think that's what you're doing at the moment. And I'm really pleased about that. Maybe that decision had an impact on you being able to spend some more time with friends and family. And even it could be work colleagues, but you just get on with them really well. Sometimes when we work so much, unfortunately, they do kind of become our family, don't they? Five of Swords is what's coming up for you. So just be careful of this energy. This is people creating arguments around you, pushing your buttons, and you getting in the middle of it. This card always makes me feel that you, again, are trying to be the mediator and trying to sort it out for everybody. Don't do that. Try not to get involved with that, because, look, she's coming worse off here. She's got her dress that's dirty. She's not had time to sort herself out. She's too busy trying to sort everybody else's problems out. So just be aware of that. What they want you to embrace more of, Scorpio, is sleep, meditation, chill, rest, relax, and repair. You, as I say, I really feel like you've been through a lot, especially if this Five of Swords is coming up. You need to start looking at your, you know, what you're doing to help yourself. Because when we're tired, when we're exhausted, and we're not in touch with the universe, or with, I don't know, if you've stopped meditating even, I'll tell you what, it puts your vibration out so much. When we're feeling like that, everything seems such a chore. Everything seems such a drama, doesn't it? But when we're refueled, so to speak, you can deal with it, and that's what they're wanting you to embrace more of, Scorpio. So I hope you enjoyed that. Chill, Scorpio, chill. Right, okay, easier said than done, I know. Sagittarius, here we go for you. Sagittarius. And we're timestamping Sagittarius at 33. I like that. Oh, Sagittarius, welcome to your midweek energy check-in. Check out your timestamp, 3333. Look up the angel number for that, please. Right, okay. This is a 4-card spread. It's your past, present, and future energies, and also what they'd like you to embrace more of. And before I start, just to point out, not only is your zodiac reading, your midweek time-stamped zodiac reading is here, just check out the very last timestamp also. That's where I'm going to pull some tea leaf fortune cards for each element. Okay, let's crack on. So, past energy. King of Pentacles is what you're coming out of, Sagittarius. What you're sitting in is the Page of Wands. I like that. What you're moving into, wow. Knight of Wands, progress here, Sagittarius. What they'd like you to embrace more of is the King of Swords. Okay, King of Pentacles is you're coming out of this comfort zone. This makes me feel like, okay, he's a king, he's the top of his suit, Pentacles, finances. You've been really financially astute lately. But also, the King of Pentacles, he doesn't really like to change much. He knows what works and he stays in his lane. And for a Sagittarius, that's probably a little bit frustrating. But probably needed at this time. That's how I feel what you're coming out of, because you are embracing, you're sitting as the Page of Wands now. It's like that King of Pentacles, maybe because you've been, I don't know, promoted at work financially, you know, getting more money, or in a more managerial position. It gives you this oomph of like, well, what can I do next? You know, this Page of Wands is very ambitious. It's like a bit of a ta-da moment going on, and it's getting back to being you as well, Sagittarius. Like, you've achieved a goal here, whatever that is here, and I don't know if it's got a bit boring for you, and it's like, oh, got a fire in my belly to do something else now. Or it's just giving you that, even something as simple as getting on with stuff, ticking things off of a list. You've got the Knight of Wands that you're jumping into here, and this is right. Yeah, okay, let's get this show on the road. I really need to crack on with this. Is there an idea that you've just sat on for a while? You're stepping into the energy of, right, how can I go about it? How can I progress it? The Knight of Wands is a very fast energy too, and it's a very fast energy because it's fun and it's what you want to do. It's, you know, it gives you that, I don't know, you can feel a little bit stuck in a rut sometimes, can't we? And this is you coming out of that and going, right, okay, let's get this show on the road. Now, the King of Swords is what they want you to embrace more of. The King of Swords is a very fair person. He's very true and loyal also. He's a king, so he's the top of his suit. And Swords is about making decisions. It's the mental suit. It's about logic and ideas. He's also my judge of the deck. I don't know if there's something that legally you need to embrace, get some more information about a legal aspect, but also about you making lists and taking the facts of a matter as opposed to listening to everybody else's gossip or your heart. It's like getting the black and white of something and getting down to the nitty gritty. You know, he's like, oh, okay. Should we have a chat about this then? Should we communicate about this? Yeah, I just feel like it's also trying to remove any emotion from something too, is what they want you to embrace more of. Hope that makes sense, Sagittarius. Right, okay. Also, what I'll say for you, Sagittarius, is your birthday season obviously is coming up. I do individual birthday 10-card Celtic Cross birthday readings for each zodiac sign, so yours is next. Right, okay. And we're cracking on to Capricorn. Oh my gosh. No, no, no. Capricorn, Capricorn. Okay. And we're timestamping Capricorn at, what are we timestamping you at? 37:46. 37:40. No, let's do that again. 37:56. Okay, Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead, midweek energy reading, I should say, not week ahead. This is a 4-card spread. It's your past, present, and future energies, and what they'd like you to embrace more of. And before I start your reading, your quick check-in, just be sure to check out the very last timestamp in the description box below, because that's when I'm going to pull some tea leaf fortune cards for each element. Right, let's get on. Okay, for Capricorn, please and thank you. The energy that you are moving out of is the Ace of Pentacles. The energy you're sitting in, wow, is the Ten of Pentacles. I like that very much. Your future energy is the Hanged Man. What they would like you to embrace more of, wow, Ace of Swords. Your zodiac reading, Capricorn, for this week was also amazing, and I think it's called Winner Winner Chicken Dinner, and that says it all. Apologies to any vegetarians, etc. Now, the Ace of Pentacles is what you're coming out of, but this is brilliant. This is like saying you've had a ta-da moment. There's something financial that you have been offered, perhaps, or you're looking into new ideas on how to improve the finances. Love it. It's like a new beginning for you, and it's a very stable beginning. It's Pentacles. It's what do I want to say? A bit more long term than any other ace, if you like. They're the Ten of Pentacles is how you're sitting at the moment. You're feeling very stable, very secure, financially even secure, possibly. Maybe had a bit of a windfall, especially coming from that Ace of Pentacles. What you're doing here maybe is paying off and the money is increasing. It's also about looking at the long-term aspects of things, and that could be your job, your relationships, your life in general, and making plans for that. Now, coming up, your energy that you're stepping into is the Hanged Man. So in a way, they're kind of like saying this has gone great. Now let's just take a step back and let's reevaluate some things. Maybe look at something from a different angle. But definitely the message here is don't rush into something. Although you do have the Ace of Swords, and I like that. This is about clarity of mind, and this is about getting to the truth of the matter. I want you to embrace more of that. This is about laser-like focus on one thing. Have you found that one thing that works here? Stick with it. That's what they want you to embrace more of, rather than trying to do 10 different things all at once. Yeah, let's just concentrate on one aspect. I like that. So I hope you enjoyed that, Capricorn. As I said, they are a little bit quick. Anyway, let's have a look. Let's get on with the next reading, and that is for Aquarius. So for Aquarius, we are time-stamping your reading at 40:48. So welcome, Aquarius, to your midweek energy check-in reading. Now, it's a 4-card quick reading, past, present, and future energies, and what they'd like you to embrace more of. Got to take that, it just flicked, didn't it? And just before I start the reading, although I have already, the very final blue number in the timestamp list below will be a tea leaf fortune card reading, very quick reading for all elements. So be sure to check that out. Anyway, we've already got what you're moving out of. Sorry, yeah, your past energy. What you're moving, what you are at the moment is the Lovers. Sorry, that's the Fool. I didn't actually say that. The Fool is an amazing. And I actually think that the Fool is also attributed to Aquarius. I'm sure somebody will say no to that, because I'm sure I've got it in my head it is. But anyway, you're sitting as the Lovers, attributed to Gemini. Oh my gosh, coming up is the Ace of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. The Five of Pentacles, what they want you to embrace more of. Interesting. Okay, the Fool. You have had something that you've had an opportunity perhaps to wipe the slate clean and start something afresh, to have a new, fresh outlook on something, to go for something that you wouldn't normally do, pushing yourself outside your comfort zone maybe. But this is a lovely energy. This is zero. So you're starting something again here, Aquarius. And then you're sitting as the Lovers. The Lovers is a lovely energy. It's sitting in the passion of what you love with maybe somebody you love. Friendship, could even be a partnership. You may have got into partnership with this Fool card energy, but it's you sitting there making the choice of what really takes your heart chakra, and surrounding yourself with people that love you and that you love back. It's a really romantic, beautiful, squidgy energy. I like that for you, Aquarius. Coming up, you have the Ace of Pentacles. This is the energy of moving into like, okay, yeah, is there an offer that you're umming and ahhing about? It's like, yeah, I'm going to go for it. You're making a decision here with this Lovers too. This is about choice. Ace of Pentacles, you know, maybe you've got a new contract renewal. You've got something. It's Pentacles, so it's going to improve the finances. It's a new aspect on how you can improve the material resources around you. I love that. It's lovely. What they want you to embrace more of is the Five of Pentacles. Now you can see the Five of Pentacles is a bit woe is me. It's a bit like, oh my gosh, I've never got enough money. I always feel like I'm going 2 steps forward, 4 steps back. Of course, they don't want you to embrace more of that. What they want you to embrace more of is stop paying attention to what you're not so good at, rather than what you are very good at. And let's put a positive spin on everything. You know, how we portray, especially our finances, to the universe comes back to us. So if we're sitting there feeling feeling like I'm always the one that has to do everything, I'm always, woe is me, if you don't mind me saying, Aquarius, then the universe will say, oh, Aquarius is sitting in that energy, they love that energy, we're going to give them more of it. So just be careful of that. Although these cards here, really, I mean, that's pretty unfair, to be fair, that card there, because here, I don't know, I think you've turned it around already by the looks of that. But keep going, Aquarius. Lovely cards for you. So I hope you enjoyed that. And we're moving on to Pisces. Wow. Pisces. Right, Pisces. What is coming up for the lovely Pisces? Please. And thank you. Right, okay. We have 44:52. So welcome Pisces to your midweek energy check-in reading. This is a 4-card spread. It's your past, your present, your future energies, and an energy of what they would like you to embrace more of. And before I quickly start your reading, this is just a little note to remind you, or to let you know. I don't know if I don't think I've ever told the signs this before in my previous readings, that there's a final timestamp in the list below, and it will be this week it'll be a tea leaf fortune card reading for each element. I don't think I've mentioned it before, so anyway, be sure to check that out. Right, we have your past energy. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Oh, you're sitting as the Empress, Pisces. Oh yeah. What's coming up? The Death card. Powerful cards. What do you want to embrace more of? 7 of Cups. What they want you to embrace more of. 7 of Cups. Yes. Okay, so the 9 of Pentacles is what you're coming out of. Now, the 9 of Pentacles is feeling very financially independent. What I like about this card in this deck is, yes, it's about you feeling very proud of your achievements. It's about you knowing that you were not born with a silver spoon in your mouth. All these pentacles that you've built up around you is through your hard work and determination and nobody else. It's very much, some tarot readers call this card the single parent card too. And I see why, but obviously then it's not the same for everybody, but I can see why they say that. But what I love about this card is, yes, you've been very successful here and you've enjoyed the fruits of your labours, but you've not been a big peacock show off about it. You've been very humble about it, because that peacock's got its tail closed. And yes, it's got its back to it, because he doesn't need to go, woo, look at me. You know, you've just done it very humbly, and I love that, and that's how you get rewarded too. Now, the Empress is how you're sitting at the moment. Ooh, sitting very attractively, Pisces, feeling quite successful, trusting the universe, also feeling very relaxed about things. I love this for you. This is also about birth. Maybe for some of you, you know, you are actually pregnant. Things are coming, you know, you're finding out that you're expecting a baby. But I love this for you. This is trusting the universe and knowing things are going to grow, yeah? Now, the Death card is what is coming up for you. So there is something that's coming to an end. And the Death card does represent sudden endings as opposed to just moving on, because that's the World card. So I might do a final, a little clarifier on that one. But whatever this is, I think the Empress is waiting for this, you know. She's manifesting this because she's looking at it directly. Okay, it's reversed in this side, but and this is about something coming to an end so that something else can come in for you. I actually really love that. What they want, let's just clarify that one though, shall we? It's because the Death card really frightens some people, and I don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh. Okay, Death card, why are you here? Just one clarifier for Pisces. King of Swords. Yeah, there's something about this is going to be in your favour because it's going to be very fair. There's something about a contract perhaps also here, because it's the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is my judge of the deck. There is something about whatever this is coming to an end is very logical. So I hope that helps. Right, no, we're not. We're doing the 7 of Cups now. Pisces, I'm all over the show when you're reading. This is what they want you to embrace more of. 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups is about choice. Choices in relationships, friendships, and matters of the heart. Things that you really love. And so maybe you just think there's only one way. It's that way or the highway. I don't know. No, open up. Your variety is the spice of life, as they say. There's things that are going to open up more for you. Maybe because of this Death card. Something coming to an end. And as I say, it might involve some sort of contractual decisions there too, but then it's like, woohoo, opens up to a whole new world for you. You know, the rose tinted glasses, keep them on. You know, that's what I say for a Pisces anyway. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that, Pisces. Don't forget, we're now going to do the tea leaf fortune cards for each element. So be sure to check that out. Right, okay, let's put those to one side, and we're going to timestamp the fortune cards at 49:40. So welcome to you all for the tea leaf fortune cards, and hopefully I've told you all about these. So what we're going to do is we're going to split the zodiac signs into elements. So we're going to do fire elements, draw cards for fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We're going to do earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We're going to do air, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then water, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So let's do, who are we doing first? We're doing fire first. Okay. I'm going to ask for 2 from each. Oh, wow, they're coming out for you. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, so we have pale. The messages are time to get out of a situation. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Beetle, we have good fortune coming. We have camel for you. Preserve and you will overcome a problem. In other words, oh, persevere, not preserve, persevere. And then broom, new home and new attitude. So that's yours for the fire signs. Okay, so we're going to do the same for the earth signs. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What are the final messages from the tea leaf fortune? Please and thank you for these signs. We're going to ask for 4, 2 from each pile. Same, it's the same deck. I just have to split them because there are so many cards. Okay, and 1 more. Okay, lovely. So the 4 messages for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. We have dragon, be aware of self-delusion. We have goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. We have fair woman, dealings or relationships with a woman with blonde, grey, or white hair. And then we have flowers. We have happiness. Lovely combo there. So let me know how they resonate. And we are moving on to the air signs. So this is for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Let's do 2 from this deck, this pile. Thank you. And 2 from this pile. They're the same deck, they're just too many to shuffle all at once. And 1 more. So we're doing, who are we doing? We're doing Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We have cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. We have younger man, dealings or relationships with a younger man. Is that your protection? Nest, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. And then we have dagger, fears, worries, and tense situations, Aquarius. Not just Aquarius, Libra and Gemini too. So let me know how that resonates, and we are moving on to the water signs. The water signs are Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Thank you. So we have 2 out already there. Okay. Okay, and 1 more for Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So we have butterfly, a change for the better, transformation. We have dog barking, advice from a friend. We have caterpillar. Wow, things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Pisces, yours is definitely following a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, sorry. And then we have wreath, sorrow over a loss. So I hope that concludes all of the readings for today, the midweek energy check-in readings, along with your tea leaf fortune cards. Let me know if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week for your zodiac readings. Take care and thanks for watching.